All right, good morning. Welcome to our broadcast. Hope you guys are great. It is April 1, 2026, folks. How are you guys doing? Most of the old month is gone. Not most of it. The old month is gone. Behold April. How are you folks doing? I got a little warm coffee in this cup this morning. Behold April. How was your March? We're happy to get out of March. My God. Here's looking forward to a more fruitful and productive April, folks. Raising my cups, my utensil for drinking with you this morning. We got a little warm coffee here. But good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning, Mary and Mark and Roxy, Sheena, Hazel, and Alexis. Good morning to you, fantastic, beautiful folks. Wherever you're joining us from this morning, some of you are very comfortably nestled in the diaspora, region 11. See you in a little bit. And then we got the others who are here, like me. We're in the 592. Well, I can tell you, we're in the 592. Grateful to have you all here. Yet another day, yet another week, another month. We out front, folks. We out front, and not only out front, making it count. How was the night? Kwame and Mark? Elizabeth, good morning to you. Sparkle City. See you in a little bit. Folks, if you make yourself happy, y'all know the whole story top to bottom. If you don't make yourself happy, ain't nobody gonna make you happy. Come on now. Come on now, preaching. Finally, you better got some joy down inside. Jilly G and see me like I short. You only seen Dolly. Good morning, Dolly. Dolly only seen the tubers. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Siobhan and Rena and all you other beautiful folks. Some of you night could turn to day one right now, If this camera could switch on the other way. a lot of you would go scattering. If this camera could switch on the other way in the world, sees you, this morning show would sell off. How many of you know that? Jilly G, good morning. Trilogy says, back up yourself, Sharon. I said good morning to you first. Always. All right. Respect and manners. I hope that you guys are great. I hope that you guys are great. Well, what a fire we had last night. What a fire to send us into April. What a fire. Mm, mm, mm. What a fire. Y'all think it's easy out there? It is not. It is not. It is not. And we managed to go out early this morning. We wanted to catch the aftermath. You know, the flames is one thing. The flames is one thing. This country is a set of fire starters, you know. I said to fire starters. Set of fire starters. Fires of the PPP. Every day, if you're new to our broadcast, you're new to our show, you're new to our culture. Every day in Guyana, something combusts. We're flammable people. We're easily inflamed like our passions. Something is set ablaze on a daily basis. And for yesterday's installment, yesterday there was a fire in Albertown. There's a fire in Albertown, and as I said, we got out there this morning and we know y'all fast. You know, we know y'all story go. Y'all like know everything. And we tend to put ourselves in a position, like, if we weren't here, like, what would we want to see? I mean, we don't blame those of you in the diaspora. But the fastest we got for dealing with in the 592. Them as warriors. So we put ourselves in a position, we said, these folks in the diaspora, they're fast though. What would they want to see? You know? They're just coming here to look at my beautiful, handsome face. No, they want a little bit more than that. You know, I said beautiful face. I was taken aback. I was looking at the former Homeland Secretary. She was in a predicament the other day, got demoted. This is U.S. And now Christy Gnomes, is it Gnomes? Her husband. Yeah. You think you got problems? You think you got problems in this life? Yeah. And we ain't got enough money to get them kind of problem. You busy looking to see where the tennis roll coming from on the grass buns. You don't got time for dress up, you know, or dress down. It's the one way all the time. No, but I digress. Some of this fire, the aftermath of the fire in Albertown, when we come back, it's brief. Don't even think it's half hour. It's very, very, very brief. When we come back, we add some details to it. All right, y'all come back now. Y'all come back. A little bit of that aftermath there. Albertown. So this was a 3-story structure. In that, I don't know if it's the same structure, but at least on that premises, they tell us Tutorial High School was once housed there. Tutorial High, I didn't know that. Right there in 5th Street, Albertown, Tutorial High was housed there. They tell us a Messianic Lodge was also housed there. A Messianic Lodge, and you wouldn't believe, but in addition to that, additionally, they tell us an Assemblies of God church was housed there as well at one time. but now it was an apartment building housing a lot of nationalities. Folks, this country is changing. Cubans, folks from the Dominican Republic, the Spanish were housed there predominantly. People lost a lot of their belongings, including passports. Now, let me pause here for a second. I love me some Spanish. You all know that. The gnomes in the US of A, Christine, her husband, they don't like the Spanish. I love me some Spanish. Especially, all right, I digress. I love me some Spanish. As we were out there this morning, because I said, Lydia gonna want to know what happening there, and Sabrina and Shirley, Barton, Siobhan and Rita, they gonna want to know what happening. So let me get some early morning shots, the aftermath. Let's get set for Jilly, fast Jilly G. She gonna want to know what happening out there and what's not, They left foreign, but they here every day. They live overseas, but they mind the business every day. And besides that, I love me some Spanish. I love me some Spanish. Sometimes I be driving down the road and I see a Spanish. I say, yeah. God is good. And sometimes I remember my wife in the car. Praise God. You know how I love me some Spanish. And as I was standing out there this morning, right, commensurating, identifying with the losses, I was thinking about how much this country is changing, right? Good morning, Margaret Nelson. Some of y'all coming as a distraction out here, I was just looking at how the demographics, this is man and woman. Because not only I had a chance to talk with some of the folks who are housed in this building here, but as I was standing there in Albertown this morning, there was a stream of Spanish only heading to work. So this could easily be Spanish Town now, like in many parts of this country. I couldn't see one Guyanese, and I knew they were Spanish because when they were passing, how they were interacting. This is the only people who are housed in this building at 5th Street, Albertown. And as they were coming down and passing this area, they were talking to each other, and they didn't know I knew what they were saying. Even though my Spanish is rusty. A couple of them said, this big head one, he hater. This big head one, Duncan, I just nodded, Sometimes you got to play stupid. Me no Espanol. No. But besides that, Felicia and Barton and Lydia, it's the amount of... I was looking at a video with Lyndon recently. People going to open a bank account. A colleague of mine was telling me recently that Belize was overrun. I don't mind being overrun by a particular kind of Spanish, but, this is the other kind. We're going to be overrun here. Just a steady stream heading to work. People heading, I love it for them. Because we went too to a lot of places for refuge. It's 23 years them boys had this country before this iteration, 23 years. So people left, a lot of people left, still leaving for supposedly greener pastures. Still leaving. I remember that. So I am seeing them. Maybe it's our turn now. Maureen, Beatrice, Faye, Maybe it's we time now to be a blessing to other people. So I'm happy the Spanish girls have come. I mean, the Spanish in general. I'm happy the Spanish have come. And I was just, it's like the thing. You know what it is, what is happening. But to see the thing with your own eyes unfolding before you. Buenos dias, all of you. Buenos dias. Happy to see all of you here this morning. But they tell us over 50 residents there now homeless. Some passports have been burnt up. I was listening to Jamaican accent this morning there too. Guy said I was on my bed when blood clot partner come knocking. He said, I'm thankful to be alive, and he was taking me to meet some of the other Spanish. He said he's lived there. He's lived there. I said, yes. See. See. Audrey says she spent time in 4th Street in the 80s. So it's something that we're watching. I was surprised that whole building burned down. I'm looking forward to the report on this. Like, what was the response time of a lot of money now we're spending on home affairs, and in particular, the fire service and so on. The whole building. I noted that the other buildings were a bit scorched, but not too affected. Kudos on that front. But I noticed to this whole building, So looking forward to that. Right? Looking forward to that. Eva, Beatrice, Sonia, Irene. Good morning to all of you. So this is one of the things we're following. You know what else we're following? The Prime Minister. Only Prime Minister Mark Phillips. I worry about them. The PPP. I worry about Mark's future. I worry about Mark's future. History can be harsh on him. The whole cabal. History can be very unkind to them. Very unkind to them. Very unkind. The good book says it's been lent. And I give you all the morning scripture. You know the will of God and you do it not. You're going to be beaten badly. You're going to be beaten by the cat of 9 tails. Many stripes. You're going to be beaten with cow pistol. Those that know the will of the Lord. And you do it not, Mark. Many stripes. That's not me. That's the Bible. Don't say anything about inflicting violence. That's what the good book says. I'm giving you all the devotional now. Many stripes. To see Mark sit down there, knowing what they have done with people's data in this country, and with a straight face. You can't even read from a teleprompter properly. With a straight face. Knowing what they did with people's data. Knowing that this Digital ID Card Act was passed since in 2023. 2023. And it's only now. Irvin issued the commencement orders. You know what else was passed in 2023? The access to not the Access to Information Act, but I'm coming to that too. That was 2011. The Data Protection Act, 2023 as well. Still languishing. And to see the Prime Minister, His Excellency, the Honorable, lying through his teeth. My God. Naomi's asking if when MPs is only move when Mohammed moves. Well, so I can tell you, flesh and blood, the revealer. Your spirit clean, Naomi. You're picking up clean. Naomi says, win and peace is only move when Muhammad moves. All right. You said it. You said it. But here is your Prime Minister, Mark Phillips. Here is your Prime Minister. Remember I was accused of calling him a house slave. I never forget that. I was accused of calling him a house slave. Right? I was accused of that. I cannot confirm nor deny. He says you get older, you don't remember every detail, every living thing. So I can't confirm nor deny. But the Ethnic Relations Commission had written to me about it. It was a strange letter. Sometimes I feel they don't got nothing to do. Like go after Jennifer Ali and critics and so on. Right? But I got to give reports to justify the spendings at the end of the year. So they could write, oh, we write it down. Here the letter said. The letter said, you do nothing wrong, but we're cautioning you. You got like this country. That's, I swear to God. The letter said, you ain't do nothing wrong. You're nothing criminal. But we're cautioning you. We're cautioning you about calling the Prime Minister house slave. Right? That's what they were alleging. So I give you the alleged house slave that the Ethnic Relations Commission was saying I didn't do anything wrong calling him a house slave. It wasn't ethnic anything. but we're cautioning you. You ever see something like that? No crime is committed. You're in violation or contravention or contraception of anything. But we can caution you as is apnu. As you're on the other side, we can caution you. I give to you the alleged house slave.
I'm pleased to announce that in accordance with the Digital Identity Card Act of 2023, a commencement order has been issued, bringing the act into full operation as of today, March 31st, 2026. This marks a major step forward in modernizing how the government serves you. The foundational requirements outlined in the Act have now been achieved. This includes the appointment of a Data Protection Commissioner, the implementation of a secure system and database for the capture and storage of your information, and the establishment of a robust system to produce and issue your digital ID cards. To ensure a seamless experience, the enrollment process focuses on specific and relevant data already held within our state infrastructure. For the avoidance of doubt, the information you're required to provide to the registry is data you have already provided to other state authorities in the past. This approach requires submission of data with which you are already familiar. Your privacy remains our absolute priority. As we launch this registry, the government is working assiduously to establish the necessary mechanisms to bring the Data Protection Act into full effect. When that act comes into full force and effect, we will then request from you data of a more private and personal nature.
Yeah. Now I got several I got several concerns there. Beatrice, Linton, so you are Colin Lyard. Um, Desiree, I got a couple concerns there. Right? He said they already got information. This legislation is not retroactive. He said it protects information they already have. It's not retroactive legislation. So if your information was misused, you couldn't take this act and bring any litigation if there are penalties under the act for the misuse of that information. Let's say on the 30th of March, because it came into force yesterday, the 31st of March. He said you even got to give no additional information. We don't got the info. Where did they get it from? The act is now coming into force. This is the Digital ID Card Act. And then they said, no, we're going to fully realize the Data Protection Act soon. Now, this one got some teeth where it concerns protection of your data. It's supposed to also have, the act also gives life to a Data Protection Commission as well. So all of that is in abeyance because while the Digital ID Card Act came into legal force yesterday, the Data Protection Act is still in abeyance. And the Prime Minister just said, your privacy is our utmost priority. And of course, that's what I want you to believe because he kept repeating that several times. Your privacy is of utmost priority. That is what Marco said. Marco Phillips. Now, this act has to be enforced. Another way in which they enforce the Access to Information Act of 2011, right? Another way they enforce that one. Because you know we can't get nothing out of the Commissioner of Information. He sends you to this body sends you to that body sends you to the next body. You cannot get anything out of them. So we don't want it to be operationalized in that way. It must be operationalized in a meaningful way, an effective way. So I'm quite surprised that Mark, not reading so well from the prompter, not reading so well, you see. I ain't see he was picking corn. I might think it, but I want to be respectful. You could say it, and I would repeat it. You could say he was picking corn, but I wouldn't say it. But you heard him, you saw him. Tracy, Joy. I wonder how many of y'all blood pressure we help on a daily basis. Y'all come, you get information, you smile, you laugh, you have a belly full, right? And then you make a deliberate decision. You say I'm going to spend my money elsewhere. I said for y'all, I wake up and choose violence. Thank you, Naomi. I said for y'all, ain't that something? You come by my restaurant, you order a meal, you enjoy it, and you decide you're not even paying. You ain't even gonna tip the wait staff. You that kind of people. You come and you enjoy. You enjoy everything to your full. Right? You only buy a meal like typical Guyanese. You buck some. You buck some. Because for you a $5 meal is 10 boxes. And when we ask you why you're boxing so much, you say you got to carry home for your family. Your mother say mustn't come home and not bring anything that was offered to you. So you box 9. Right? You box 9. You think that's right? Y'all think that's right? You come, we have bring down your blood pressure. Your swell foot start go down. You know how much things this show cure? Bigfoot. Bigfoot. You name it. Your foot stop swell. Your back pain ease. Your wife come back. Or she left. That might be a good thing. Either way, look at it. And you don't even boxing with chest with a donation. Say, keep this thing going, sure. even if you didn't come for the laughs, you smile. Your blood pressure makes up, bap bap, decrease. You know, decrease. I digress. The alleged house slave. You know, we gotta watch these boys. He comes here, picking his corn, trying to persuade you and I, right, that this thing is good for us. It's good for us. We see y'all. We don't bite for a minute. We don't bite for a minute. Right? We don't bite. We don't bite. Right? Because he didn't even sell it properly. He didn't even sell it properly. Right? Margaret says that what is the motivator to bring me home to lovely Guyana? What is it? What is it? What is it? I see Naomi talking here, but Lysol and Lysol for cure dengue. You know, y'all, let move on. I ain't put me in trouble, y'all in the diaspora. Not me. Y'all not gonna put me in trouble. And y'all in the diaspora. You know? It's only we who stop this rain falling on. Yeah, pick y'all trouble, y'all overseas. The Met Office said, expect more rain. This is not the Met, this is the Civil Defense Commission. Expect more rain between April 1 and 3rd. Of course, this is an extension of because they had said between Saturday and yesterday, additional rain. Now they're extending this forecast. They say between April 1 and 3rd, especially in those low-lying areas. Civil Defense Commission. Now I saw them for a little detergent, a little soap powder, brush. I think some red lavender. I know it's over here working here now. But they were handing this out. They were handing that out. Right? You know what red lavenders do? His red lavender got marks of tie up. You know what the red lavenders do? They're giving out some red lavender and little soap powder and so on. After those heavy rains of Saturday, you know, I think I saw candle there too. When people mix candle with red lavender, right? You see some people disgusted, you know. Right? Donnet, thanks for the contribution. We love when you all use when I managed to touch Donet's spray this morning. When you use the link, it works better for us because whatever you give us on YouTube goes with a portion of that. They're like that. To facilitate the transaction, they go about 30%. Right? Stripe will be good. So we get the full benefit when you use Stripe and any card that you have, MasterCard, Visa card, We don't hold the information, but Stripe is a reputable international company. We don't this. We don't deal with company when two people log on, the whole thing fall down, you know. When two people log on to the app, the bottom of the app fall out. And it's, the site shut down. We don't deal with things like that. It's backfire, you'll be backfire, you know. You put red lavender and candle in a bucket and you say, look, now can you wipe out with this here? And then you up fall into pieces. Angela's backfire, you'll be backfire, you know. It's backfire, you'll be backfire, you know. And to tell Fidel that is backfire, you'll be backfire. When the Met Office, the Hydromet, Terrilogical, when the Met Office says, son, it's raining is kid. They know everything, but I didn't see those 24 hours of rain coming. Right? They don't see it. O'Neill, Vanessa Yanet says, Share, don't publish why he sent you. Don't publish why you contribute. Well, that 5,000 US, no, I won't tell a soul. But that's the 10,000 US, I won't tell a soul. It's backfire, you'll be backfire. The up, the bottom fall out. The site crash. You're taking 4 hours. 4 or 5 hours just to upload some information. It's backfire, you'll be backfire like that. Backfire. But hold on, I run past Mark a little too fast. Remember I talked about the fact that this thing should have been enforced, all of it. The Digital ID Act, the Data Protection Act, fully enforced. Not how the Access Information Act partially enforced. But I note that the Honorable Prime Minister said, who said I allegedly called him a house slave? The Honorable Prime Minister said that when the Data Protection Act is brought into full force, like it's in partial force now, he said other private information will be required. Now they're not asking you for a lot of private information here. What next you want to know? How many Spanish and I are friends? What are you going to ask for? Blood sample and stool sample? What a private information, you know? You going to want to know how many times I meet with the Spanish? Mr. Inquisition? What other kind of personal data you could ask for? You want about my genealogy? Who was my great-grandma and who was she cousin? And the neighbor, the back fence by the side house? When they lived in Kitty in 1962? I mean, like, how much more personal you can get? Right? But Mark is part of this distribution of the red lavender and the candle and the Vim. You all know when people bring out the Vim, the mean business. Well, last you're here about Vim. Huh? Well, last you're here about Vim. It's backfired, you'll be backfiring. You see Jack, you got missing? They went to Guadeloupe for some of us. And the thing backfire. I hear Jack, you're still in Guadeloupe. Still in Guadeloupe. He mixing the red lavender himself to send it back with the candle. He mixing it himself. He said he know more beer than people in Guadeloupe. Man, it backfire. It backfire. Backfire. But that being said, they said rain over the next 3 days. We watching. I don't know if rain is the same as sprinkles. You know, it's rain synonymous with heavy sun and no liquid falling from the sky? Is sun rain? I don't know. But we watching. We are watching. Right? Clyde said, your private outhouse and in-house. It's very private. He said we'll be requesting additional private. Remember, he already said that they have information people have already submitted to government agencies. So you don't have to worry yourself. But he said when we bring the thing with full force, he said other private details. Now you can send me back to Shotokan, Rising Sun. You can send me back to all of these and a couple of 5 stars in there too. Forget a lot of details. It's what kind of personal information? Additional personal information Margo one. Next thing he come in me pot. He wanna which day cooking cook up. Which day cooking curry chicken curry. Which day is pepper pot. What a private information market one. If you want to know when it rains, you got to contact the hydromet office. What are private details you want? You want to know inches now? So this, between April 1, I don't know if April 1 is anything we could be serious. When they put out information like this in April 1. Oh, here, Sion Gonzalez. Sion got some additional information. Sion said they don't want to know your shoe size, your pants length, your waist. your short size. Sion, you wanted something. Sion said they don't want to know your shoes. Now, this is information you can get up. You know? This is information. Right? If you want to know brands too, Aldo, what are some of the others? Right? If you want to know brand, let me start with Aldo, Colehan. Come on now. Right? Your waist size, y'all in. Right? So I must tell you that my waist is 36. Or it's 38. I got measure back. I'm still working on some COVID fat. So y'all be careful there, especially those of you in the 592. They said over the next 3 days, right? Over the next 3 days. Now, I was listening to the American ambassador, Her Excellency Nicole Terrio. She was on Gordon Mosley's News Sources, their podcast. News Sources. Every week they talk to somebody interesting. Right? They've been reaching out to me, but I ain't finding the time, you see. Busy. But I spoke with the American ambassador quite recently. Something in this coffee. I know most of it backfire. But something in this coffee. The ambassador, Her Excellency Nicole Terrio. I tell you all up front, I like this American ambassador. The last one, not so much. This one, right? Architect. But she was talking about, of all things, she was talking about skilled deportees. It could be a benefit to y'all. That's what she said. Right. Y'all don't get too much skills here. You take some skilled deportees. You got to go. No. Oh. It's done with that now. I was telling you, I stood up this morning on 5th Street, Albertown, looking at all these Spanish. Right? Margaret, Angela, Mandy, looking at all these Spanish. We gotta get more skilled labor. Deportees are we now. Right? Talks were ongoing for Guyana to accept third country deportees and refugees from the United States. Oh. We don't got we 7 plagues. Adding a fourth one now. If we don't got we 7 plagues, he adding a fourth one. Huh? She said this can be part of addressing, at least that's what the report says, labor shortages. Oh, you just hear we got the Cubans, right? I don't know if we get anybody from Guadeloupe yet. At least we got the thing. we got the thing from Guadeloupe. We got people from Suriname. We got to get deportees now. Right? She said that the country could gain workers with skills in certain areas. I mean, like what? We could teach anybody in this world about fraud, about corruption. Right? What people in jail got on us? We could teach them about gold smuggling and battle leader of the opposition. Right? You mean what skills you bring in from penitentiary, from Rikers Island, from Alcatraz? What skills you bring in that you think we don't possess in this 592? Margaret, Mandy, Roderick. Tracy said they're heading to the 10 plagues. What skills you think we don't already possess? I mean, this one country, we got Darmlal, we got Kwame, right? We get Anil. Anil foot fine. You see Anil walking through the water there? Anil like a bramble, man. But I digress. What skills you think we don't possess? Right? We don't possess. Now we got to take on deportees now. We got to be really the bottom, boy. Right? So I think we got enough problems in this country. I think we got enough problems in this country. Now, if Joseph reject the offer, yet another mouth to feed. Right? Not a mouth to feed. When I saw Anil in the water there, I get a little frightened. Because I said this master tin, he would float away any given moment. This master tint. This master tint. Any given moment, the water level raise a little bit more inch or two. They're floating downstream. You know? Floating downstream. But talking about tint. Minister of Tint Onij Waldron. Today's the day. The headline was yesterday. You could be fined, I think, 500 million or something like that. Not having the specific tint quality. Whatever it is, you know. Whatever it is. You better understand what's happening in this country. The tint laws, regulations is in effect. I'm quite surprised they have not brought this thing to the National Assembly as yet. I'm quite surprised, you know. But this is the kind of government we face with, right? The kind of government. I've never seen this minister so passionate about anything, not even when she was in tourism. Like she's about this tint, you know. The tint your glasses on. So y'all be careful. I want all of us on the right side of the law. They got some hefty fines. Please. Some very, very hefty fines. And as we on this, you know, I was talking to you earlier about this skilled labor. They tell us some workers from NDMA, the National Data Management Authority, the NDMA, they forge said minister's signature, giving themselves permit permission to have a higher percentage of tint. No, they must have learned from the former commissioner of police, the one who had written to himself and then answer back. What was his name again? I don't know what these deportees could teach us. We could instruct them on how to be better criminals. It can't happen the other way. Oh, what's the commissioner of police name? Let me see how many of you. Y'all are real news junkies. What's the commissioner of police? I know the name. I'm just testing you to see prior knowledge and so on. What's the name of the Kwame, come to the front of the class. Let me state the back name quick. Kwame F5U. Not McCoy. Come to the front of the class. Please and thank you. Come to the front of the class. Now, my audio is very low. I can see the thing here bubbling. Very low. Very, very low. So let me hasten off. Silal. Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, Guyanawood. Couldn't script that. Couldn't script somebody's name in our program be Kwame. F5 of you. I mean 5U. Kwame F5U. The entertainment industry couldn't script any script where a public official write to himself and answer back. Madam Ambassador, with all due respect, you are in the streets. You know in the streets. Let us make this our fundraiser morning. You know in the streets when somebody say, with all due respect. You know what I mean in the streets. When a guy needs to say, with all due respect. You know? When I see Adil the other, it's like Adil got woman problems. Like Adil drink tinners. That's an aside. With all due respect. You know what I mean in the street. What these people could teach us. The commissioner of police wrote to himself and he answered back. But you know, they said that's the first sign. That's the first sign of an onset of a plague. These men granted themselves, they're working with the National Data Management Authority, the NDMA. Right? You see, they got levels of governance, you know. They see the minister, they took the minister's signature. These men are the NDMA. And they issued themselves permission to have. You see, friends, family, and favorites is a dangerous thing, you know. A dangerous thing. Dangerous. And not only that, Jeff, they were very Silal-esque. They issued to others also. You see, who lead matters, you know. When people look and they see others getting away with high crime, they say, well, go to and bite me. And they took the minister's signature and they issue themselves permits. So I give myself a little 50% here, by 90% in. And while I it, I can take 2 sirens. With all due respect, honorable, esteemed, Your Excellency Nicole Terrio, what these deportees could, what skills they got that we don't have here in surplus? What skills? So the men were promptly fired, right? For doing such a bad job of this issuance. You know? Bad job. They promptly dismissed. We know dismiss me in this country. Dismiss could mean a transfer to another agency. You remember when they dismiss what was his name from the Natural Resource Ministry of Natural Resources? Gosai. Remember when they dismissed Gosai? Right? This you gotta know the definition. Don't just use the words. You got the English definition, you got Guyanese definition. Dismiss in Gosai instance meant, right? You can take a month home and we can take out a month pay. And why at it? Do a master's, we can pay for that. do a master's in skilled deportee labor. Dismiss. We dismissed him. We dismissed Darmlal. We dismissed Darmlal. You know, you gotta ask. Don't just assume. Some of y'all think y'all some break. We don't need anybody to tell me what this word means. You got the literal meaning. You got inherent meaning. You got cultural meaning and all of that. So we gotta be careful. Some of y'all think y'all don't need no help. Me gotta ask somebody definition. You know. So be careful. Be careful. This country is a strange place. with some strange creatures. Strange creatures. Y'all be careful. Very careful. I am so happy that I am blood washed. That I am saved, sanctified, justified. And when you spirit clean like me, any will be to send gaffer backfire. Mandy, any will be to send got to backfire. You see? Now, as we wrap up, if we have helped over the last 58 minutes to bring down your blood pressure, you have a greater responsibility, you know. You have a greater responsibility. I just try to start your day a little lighter, right? Is it at night you got to worry about us? Is it at night? Just start your day a little lighter. As we start this new month, I hope that by the end of the month, you all backfire some mobias, that you in a better place, a little closer to those hopes and dreams. We passed the first quarter now, January, February, March. We in the second quarter, you know, that you're kind of readjusting your sales a little bit and so on. Right? And you got some things in your sight that you're working on. Right? I aim for a lived life. Not just to exist, but to live purposefully. Purposefully. To live purposefully. And fully. Purposefully. To live my purpose. I wish that for all of you. You all take it easy. We're going to see you guys back on the next one. Fidel Albert. Good to see you there. And my good friend, Angela Jordan on the live this morning. Disgusting, naughty, Naomi's here too. Naughty Naomi is here, and Margaret is here. Margaret is Margaret saying, I'm inducing her to sin her soul. You know, a saint like me. Folks, before you go, smash that emoji button for us. Share, share our broadcast so that others get the valid and credible information. And we're going to see you guys back on the next one. Stay safe and have a fantastic day, each and every one of you.